depression. After multiple attempts to impress the young woman, well, it finally works. They start dating.
Even though Stephen is 69 and Celeste is just 32. Age is no barrier to their love. And on February 18th, 1995, they marry in front of family and friends. Celeste's 13-year-old twin daughters, Jennifer and Christina, are in the middle of the small wedding party.
The girls were just really fun, nice teenage girls. They were popular at school. They were really into animals.
Stephen has a whole new lease on life. He not only has found someone he's obviously wild about, he's also gained a family to warm his home and fill his heart again.
Meeting Stephen is also a dream come true for Celeste Martinez.
Celeste goes from working 3 jobs at a time to make ends meet to moving into a mansion in the affluent suburb of Westlake, Texas.
Some say finding true love is like winning the lottery. When Celeste marries a multimillionaire like Stephen Beard, she actually does.
Celeste comes from a difficult background, as she was placed in the foster system at a very early age.
She claimed there was physical abuse at the hands of her adoptive father, Edmund Johnson, and even said it led to her first attempt at suicide as a teen.
By the age of 17, Celeste became pregnant with her twin daughters. Deciding to marry the father of the twins, Craig Bratcher, the relationship falls apart.
To make her life even harder to adjust to, Celeste finally meets her biological mother and was told, "I'm not your mother, I was just your incubator."
Celeste marries another 2 times, but each marriage doesn't last long. Generally speaking, she had a tough go at life through her teens and 20s, constantly in flux.
By the time she was in her 30s, Celeste was a single mom with 3 failed marriages behind her.
Before Stephen, Celeste never really feels like she fits into the world. Now, she not only belongs, she has a seat at the best table.
Being with Stephen, Celeste is surrounded by money and security, not only for herself, but also for her teenage daughters.
Stephen welcomes his new twin stepdaughters, Christina and Jennifer, into his life. He is warm and kind, trying to make them feel welcome.
Stephen tries to give Christina and Jennifer love and affection. He is a caring and supportive man. He wants them to feel happy in his home.
Steve was really dedicated to the girls. He was really trying to make the marriage work.
To go from being a lonely widower to a full-fledged family man is a huge relief for Stephen. And thanks to his hard work and careful financial planning, he has ample means to take care of his new family.
It would only be natural to want to treat Celeste and the girls and even spoil them with all that Stephen has to offer financially.
Stephen and Celeste are the picture of happiness together. His lonely days in his big empty house are over.
He goes out of his way to provide for them. He even gives Celeste her own credit card with a huge $35,000 per month spending limit.
Stephen soon becomes concerned with his new wife's spending habits. But he can afford it. And he is happy she is enjoying the opulent life that he can provide for her.
Blended families can take a little getting used to, and there is absolutely an adjustment period. But if everyone is on board to make the effort, well, the blended family can be just as strong, if not more so, than a traditional family.
Over the next 4 years, Stephen, Celeste, and the girls become a bonded and solid family. They enjoy going on vacations together, seeing the world, and hosting lavish parties at their big home for family and friends. The family becomes so close that in 1998, Stephen Beard takes the significant step of from adopting the now 17-year-old twins, Jennifer and Christina.
He is happy to provide a good, stable, and secure life for the twin girls, and they're lucky to have such a caring and generous adoptive father.
Celeste has accomplished her primary goal, to make sure her girls are well cared for.
The twins' biological father died a few years before she met Stephen. Now her daughters have an adoptive father who can make sure they are financially secure and living in a stable home.
Stephen cares a great deal for the girls. He will make sure they have a solid future. But on the night of October 2nd, 1999, this new family's future goes out the window. When Stephen Beard is shot in the stomach while sleeping in his own bed. If you, like many people, are covered by both Medicare and your state's Medicaid, here's something important to know. Now you could get even more health benefits than you already have. It's the United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan. To find out if you or someone you care about is eligible, it's easy. Call now to talk with us. We can help explain it all and answer your questions. Medicaid gives you benefits and Medicare gives you some too. But a dual complete plan can add even more benefits and features compared to original Medicare. You'll have a large network of medical providers to choose from. $0 copays for routine covered dental services, plus prescription drug coverage and mental health support. And we can help with what matters most to you. There's the United Healthcare U-Card, it's your member ID, and so much more. With it, you'll have credit to help pay for healthy food, over-the-counter products, even your utility bills such as gas, electric, and internet, all at no extra cost. If you have Medicare and Medicaid, you could get a dual complete plan. So call now to talk with us. Our Medicare plan experts can help find the right coverage for you. We know healthcare can be confusing. United Healthcare can help straighten things out. And with over 45 years of experience, count on us to be there when it matters. With Dual Complete, get a large network of medical providers to choose from. $0 copays for routine covered dental services, plus prescription coverage, and the U-Card that helps pay for healthy food, over-the-counter products, even utility bills, all at no extra cost. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, you may be eligible for America's most chosen dual special needs plan. Call the number on your screen and see how you can get more of what matters to you with a United Healthcare Dual Complete Plan.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments. I was just overwhelmed at what to do. They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, property I had, my home, my car. When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy, like 1, 2, 3. It was just easy. I owed $15,000. I only had to pay $3,500, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything. If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
So don't wait. Today you have options. Tomorrow you might not. Optima's tax professionals are standing by, ready to help you now.
For your free consultation, call 800-356-0183. 800-356-0183. That's 800-356-0183.
Optima Tax Relief.
When you get approved with Drive Time, you get the real deal.
It's the Drive Time Real Deal Maker.
It lets you customize the real down payment and monthly payment of the car you want to buy.
That's super smart. And the deal you make on your phone is the deal you pay.
You make the deal yourself.
Get the real deal at drivetime.com.
Thanks to Reverie, vaginal dryness doesn't get between us anymore.
6 across 7 letters?
It's hormone-free. There's no messy applicator, so it fits our routine. Reverie.
Thousands of women have restored their vaginal moisture. Join them at Reverie.com.
When when retired millionaire Stephen Beard first lays eyes on Celeste Martinez, a waitress at the Austin Country Club in Fort Worth. It's love at first sight. After the two are married, their love grows to include Celeste's twin teenage daughters, Jennifer and Christina. The three women move into Stephen's sprawling Westlake, Texas mansion. They are happy together in Stephen's big, lavish home. On the night of October 2nd, 1999, this family's fairy tale life turns into a terrible nightmare. Police are called to the Beard home by Stephen's frantic 911 call. Deputy Alan Howard from Travis County is first to arrive on scene.
Home's dark. There's no immediate answer at the door. 911 dispatch informs the deputy that Stephen is still on the line and is in fact still inside the residence.
Stephen has called 911 himself. He's in pain, disoriented, and unaware of even what has happened to him.
In this case, it makes sense for 911 dispatch to immediately send law enforcement to the home. Since the information Stephen is given on the phone line sounds definitely serious.
Deputy Howard needs to get inside the home. When he looks through a window, he sees a grisly sight. Stephen Beard is lying on his bed, gravely injured and bleeding. No option. Howard smashes a window for entry.
It's a bad scene to come upon. Large wound in need of immediate attention. Mr. Beard's stomach is torn open.
He thought that his abdomen had just burst open. The wound was so bad that his intestines were coming out of the wound.
Deputy Howard can't actually tell what has happened to Stephen. And when his colleague, Sergeant Gregory Truitt, arrives shortly after, neither can he. So, you know, this is a bizarre case right from the start.
Initially, officers believe Stephen must have had recent hernia surgery and has perhaps blown an incision. It isn't immediately apparent what has caused Stephen's stomach injury.
All they know right now is there's a lot of blood and he's in a lot of pain.
EMS crew arrive and begin to work on Stephen. They quickly determine that he will need to be airlifted to Brackenridge Hospital in nearby Austin.
When Sergeant Truitt comes into the hall, he finds Stephen's wife, Celeste, along with Christina. Celeste says they've been asleep in a separate wing of the home, and she's confused why these officers are there. Celeste tells Truitt she didn't hear police knocking or calling to Stephen inside the home, and the officers note that she looks confused.
Sergeant Truitt explains to Celeste that her husband is gravely injured, and a helicopter is en route to medevac him to the nearest hospital.
When Celeste hears how seriously injured her husband is, she becomes frantic and pleads for the emergency crews to help him. She desperately tries to get to Stephen, and Christina helps hold her back and tries to calm her down so the EMT crew can work effectively.
A uniformed officer calls Sergeant Truitt over to look at a single spent shotgun shell found lying on the floor next to Stephen's bed. When he sees the shell, Sergeant Truitt clears the room. What initially looked like a medical emergency has now become a crime scene.
The police were processing the house, and they found the casing from a shotgun shell at the foot of the bed. And at that point, one of the cops looked at the other cops and said, we've got a murder here, we've got a crime. If the victim dies, it becomes murder.
Once police determine that a crime is being committed, the area must be locked down so investigators can collect evidence.
Police search the home to try to determine who might have shot Stephen in his own bed.
Normally, it would be standard procedure to try to interview family and potential witnesses as soon as possible.
The first hours after a crime is committed are crucial to painting an accurate picture of what has happened.
as police continue to search the scene for clues. Stephen Beard is airlifted to Brackenridge Hospital in nearby Austin, where he will need urgent surgery to keep him alive. Either this is a robbery gone wrong, or someone has it in for retired millionaire Stephen Beard. What happened to him on this night? And more importantly, why?
What if things got easier as you got older? Like healthcare. What if you could find great healthcare without the hassles? A place that understands your unique needs that's close to home. At Oak Street Health, we specialize in healthcare for older adults, with care that focuses on keeping you healthy, not just treating you when you're sick.
I've been playing the piano since I was 8. I've been directing choir since I was 13. I teach music. I also am a band driver for an after-school program. Oak Street was a new facility. When I went to them, I was in the best of shape at all. I hadn't been taking my meds. I went back to do blood work, and that's when I found out that my blood sugar was like 509. I did not know that, my blood sugar was that high. This doctor at Oak Street was more concerned about your health, and that's what she stressed all during the conversation. She says, I'm here to get you on track and to make sure that you're as healthy as you can be. That impressed me.
At Oak Street Health, instead of waiting for health problems to happen, our team works with you to prevent them in the first place. More time with your doctor means you won't feel rushed. We'll make sure you get all your questions answered and that you always have our full attention. There's even a team member to take notes during your visit so your doctor can focus on you instead of looking at a computer screen.
I'm Joy, and I'm 66 years old. I had diabetes, and I have trouble controlling it. The doctor I went to always gave me a really, really hard time and everything. We never worked on how to solve it. And I wanted to try something different. And then I heard about Oak Street Health, and I was impressed the first time I came in because they really listen to you. Here, they spend the time with you. They ask all questions when you're, like wanting to know where you're at.
We go beyond what you find in most primary care offices, starting with an entire team that understands the needs of older adults. In addition to doctors and nurses, your care team includes social workers, someone to help you understand your Medicare benefits, and even mental health support. At Oak Street Health, we specialize in caring for older adults like you.
Call 1-855-268-6148 to schedule a visit at Oak Street Health today.
What I love about Oak Street is that they take care of my body, my psychological thinking and all that. And I love that they do it together, and they really do work together. When I came in, I was really sad. They felt that I was just really, really depressed. And so they wanted to make sure that I was okay. And so they gave me somebody to talk to. I used to beat myself up all the time. I don't do that anymore. I don't go, oh, you're so stupid. I might say I'm silly.
It's all part of how we make healthcare easy. Oak Street Health offers same-day or next-day appointments, and our patient support line means there's someone available 24/7 to help you with urgent healthcare issues and questions day or night. We also coordinate all of your healthcare. So if you need a specialist, we'll help you find the right person and work with them to manage your care.
So once we got to Oak Street, as soon as you walk in, you just feel the vibe. It's a great vibe as you walk in, and everybody's so friendly and just attentive, like, to your needs. So you can tell they actually care.
We're more than a doctor's office. We also offer a wide range of community events and activities like bingo, yoga, line dancing, and educational workshops where you can socialize and connect with friends and neighbors. Ready to switch to Oak Street Health? We make that easy too. We'll handle the transfer of your medical records and health history so you don't have to lift a finger.
Sometimes there's two important questions you can ask yourself, and that is, are you just surviving or you're thriving? And so I feel that I'm thriving.
Oak Street concentrates on each individual and what they're going through. They are a great place to go if you're a senior citizen. They're there to make sure that you're in good health.
Lots of things are more challenging as we get older, but healthcare shouldn't be one of them. At Oak Street Health, we specialize in caring for older adults like you.
Call 1-855-268-6148 to schedule a visit at Oak Street Health today.
Coming up next on True Crime Network.
When Stephen and Celeste Beard are married on February 18, 1995, it marks a new beginning for both of them.
This was a second chance at love for a new family and the chance of a promising future together.
But on a fall night in 1999, that promising future comes to an ear-shattering end. Stephen Beard is shot in the stomach. He is rushed by helicopter to Brackenridge Hospital in nearby Austin, where doctors perform emergency surgery to save his life. While police investigate the shooting, 69-year-old Stephen Beard is fighting for his life.
Stephen's injuries are extensive. A shotgun wound to the abdomen causes all sorts of complicated damage.
He receives immediate surgical care to repair the wound, and he's placed in the intensive care ward.
Meanwhile, police seal off the Beard family home as they begin the meticulous task of collecting evidence from the crime scene.
So now police would be looking to see if some things appear to be missing. Stephen's wallet, important documents, money.
They would also be looking for points of entry to the home, fingerprints, and anything else that looks out of place.
Police note that Stephen's wallet and a money clip of cash are missing. But other things that would be easy to take, like his watch or the keys to his car, are untouched.
Was this a robbery gone wrong, or was there a plan behind what's happened here? Or did Stephen surprise an intruder? It's a meticulous process.
In most cases, a robber doesn't intend to harm the homeowners. They just want to get in, steal the valuables, and be on their way. If the intruder gets interrupted in the act or gets spooked, that's where a robbery can become assault, or worse, murder.
Typically, in the instance of an intruder being caught, we will see signs of a struggle between the victim and the perpetrator. But Stephen Beard was apparently asleep when he was shot, which is highly unusual for a robbery.
Police ask Celeste and her daughters if they know anyone in business or the local community who might want to harm Stephen Beard.
Stephen in a dispute with a neighbor or past work associate. Is there anyone on the horizon who harbors a grudge against this retired broadcast executive?
Celeste tells investigators she didn't hear a thing. Not the gunshot, Stephen's calls for help, or even the police banging on the door when they responded to Stephen's 911 call.
It's unusual for someone in a house at night not to hear a gun going off, but the shooting happened a little after 3 a.m. and it's a pretty large house.
Celeste explains to police that she was asleep in another wing on the other side of the mansion.
So is it possible that she didn't hear anything? Yes. But is it possible that she did? Also yes.
What the police needed was something unique to stand out in the investigation, but there was very little at the scene.
As Sergeant Truitt and his team finish their crime scene work at the Beard home the next morning, Truitt is told someone has phoned in a hot tip about a possible suspect. It seems that Stephen's attacker may be someone who is well known to the Beard family.
When we see this kind of deliberate violence inside a private home, in a bedroom for that matter, it's natural to consider that the victim is known to their attacker.
So now, police are getting a tip that someone who knew Stephen and was a family friend was potentially involved. This is a lead you should seriously follow up on right away.
The hot tip police get relates to a 37-year-old friend of the Beard family, Tracy Tarleton.
Tracy had had a difficult childhood where she'd been abused, and she'd been suicidal off and on. And she's very bright, very funny, but rather troubled.
Tracy Tarleton is interviewed, and she tells detectives she's been friends with Celeste since early 1999. It turns out Tracy met Celeste and they were both being treated for mental health issues.
The two women were at St. David's Pavilion, a mental health facility where Tracy sought treatment for bipolar disorder.
Celeste was there seeking treatment for depression. Many people struggle with mental health issues, and Celeste has her share of life experiences to resolve. She was adopted, she was a teen mom, and she had a string of failed, abusive relationships.
Any one of these life experiences could contribute to depression and lead someone to seek treatment. And that's just what Celeste did at St. David's.
Celeste and Tracy form a fast friendship while they receive counseling together, and their affection carries over to the rest of the Beard family. Tracy quickly became a frequent guest at parties and casual get-togethers at Stephen and Celeste's opulent home. When police look into Tracy's past, they find that she has been arrested for drunk driving.
And the interesting thing with that incident is it was Celeste who bailed her out.
Of course, Tracy is grateful, maybe even too grateful. She starts to really rely on Celeste and calls her constantly.
So much so that Stephen tells his wife the calls have to stop. And significantly, it appears that Tracy doesn't take Stephen's intervention too well.
Detectives now have a reason to consider Tracy Tarleton a suspect in Stephen Beard's shooting.
Police also want to connect Tracy to that spent shotgun shell they found in Stephen's bedroom.
Detectives call for a ballistics report on the empty shell, so they know the type of shotgun it is used in. The ballistics report can match a used shell to a specific gun, so as evidence it works like a fingerprint match.
When Sergeant Truitt asks Tracy if she owns any firearms, she admits to having a custom shotgun.
They went and found a shotgun on the shelf, and Tracy was arrested.
This shotgun was apparently given to Tracy as a gift from her father. It's customized and even engraved with her name. She willingly surrenders the gun to police.
It turns out that the spent shotgun shell retrieved at the crime scene has a unique pattern.
That pattern matches quite a unique barrel of the custom shotgun owned by Tracy Tarleton.
Police are now convinced it is Tracy Tarleton who shot Stephen Beard while he lay asleep in his bed.
She parked the car. She walked along the back of the garage. She came in the patio doors. She entered the bedroom. Steve was in bed all alone, sleeping, and Tracy raised the shotgun and fired. And she went out the open doors and escaped through the side door in the bedroom.
On October 8th, 1999, Tracy Tarleton is arrested and charged with assault in the shooting of Stephen Beard. To police, it looks like this is officially an open and shut case. But appearances are deceiving, especially when they find out this is only scratching the surface as to how deep the truth goes.
At Consumer Cellular, we pride ourselves on getting you the exact same nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost. But don't worry, we've got a lot more than that going for us. Woo! Like this beautiful store in Arizona, for example. It's the perfect place for me to tell you a little bit more about our phones and how they can become your phones. You name it, we probably got it. We have the top smartphones from all the major companies. If it's state-of-the-art cameras you want with space-age metal housing, we got them. If you want a smartphone with lots of bells and whistles but won't break the bank, we've got that too. We even have flip phones like the Iris Flip. If you're someone that doesn't need all that mumbo-jumbo and just wants something simple. And now, we even have watches.
We do.
No matter what device you choose, you'll be happy to know that if your data needs change,
No problem.
with our SmartFlex feature, you don't have to sweat it. Like say you're on a road trip out west and end up using a bunch of data. We can simply flex you up to the next data tier for as little as $5. Then, when you get home, you can flex right back down with no penalty. So you only pay for what you actually need.
With Consumer Cellular, you get the exact same nationwide coverage as the leading carriers for up to half the cost.
I know what you're thinking. What if I don't have one of these amazing stores in my town yet? Can I get these phones sent to me?
Yes, you can.
Will our award-winning customer service help me switch over or add a line for $15 to make my own family plan?
Of course they will.
Is it easy?
Easy as pie.
You see that tower out there? It's a beauty. And there are thousands more like it, working hard for me and you, supplying 5G coverage to this beautiful nation of ours. We know how important coverage is. That's why we offer a risk-free guarantee. If you're not satisfied within 30 days of activation, you can pay nothing. Oh, look.
New customers who buy any phone get 2 months of service free when they sign up by July 31st. Call 800-311-5340 or visit consumercellular.com to switch today.
She knows what she's talking about. Pick up the phone.
I have a structured settlement and I
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
In the fall of 1999, retired broadcast executive Stephen Beard is enjoying a new family and a new chapter in his successful life. Stephen's younger second wife, Celeste, and his new twin stepdaughters, Jennifer and Christina, are giving Stephen a wonderful second act. Then, a brutal shotgun attack in his own bed puts Stephen at death's door. Detectives quickly get their prime suspect in custody, family friend Tracy Tarleton.
Tarleton's custom shotgun matches an empty shell found at the crime scene. His case is already looking open and shut.
Police are keen to ask Stephen Beard about who might want to hurt him and why.
Detectives have heard rumors that there are some rough patches in Stephen and Celeste's marriage. Some people said Celeste had spoken ill to them about her husband. Stephen's still in intensive care, and his medical condition is so serious that police can't interview him yet, and certainly not without Celeste at his side.
When investigators speak with the couple's friends, Anna and Phil Press, they are told that Stephen and Celeste didn't seem to have any major problems in their marriage.
And when detectives see Celeste at Stephen's side in the hospital every day, making sure he's getting the best care, police chalk up the negative talk about Celeste to unkind rumors.
Stephen Beard is being seriously injured in the shooting. He's lost a portion of his colon, and he needs a skin graft to close the wound. It's not just the immediate internal injuries that are at issue for Stephen. Infections from surgery can often lead to more medical complications.
He was home a brief period of time in January when she took him back to the hospital because he was spiking fever. He got an infection and got back in the hospital. Shortly after that, he died from the infection from ward.
On January 22nd, 2000, 4 difficult months after he was shot in the stomach with a shotgun, Stephen Beard succumbs to his injuries. He dies in hospital of a blood clot.
Tracy Charlton will now be charged with Stephen's murder.
Motive is a big factor in the investigation and conviction of a suspect in a violent crime.
Tracy admits to shooting Stephen. And she tells detectives she did it because she is in love with his new wife, Celeste.
Tracy tells police she wanted the relationship to go beyond just a friendship. And love is a powerful motive for murder.
Tracy is locked up awaiting trial several months later when she sees a wedding announcement. The woman she loves, Celeste Beard, is getting married again. Celeste marries Spencer Johnson, a carpenter, just 6 months after Stephen Beard dies from his gunshot wounds.
It's not really a long time to wait after your husband is tragically murdered in your home to then go on and tie the knot with some new guy.
In 2002, Tracy was facing trial. It was a murder charge because by then Stephen died. She saw in the newspaper that Celeste had married. And at that point, she started to realize that she'd been used. That she'd been manipulated by Celeste to kill Steve.
News of Celeste's latest marriage sets Tracy off, and she offers police a bombshell in the Stephen Beard case. She says Celeste made her do it.
Tracy claims Celeste emotionally abused her to the point that she wanted to commit suicide.
So when Tracy left, they pressed charges, and that was in 2002. That was 2 years after Steve's death. They finally pressed charges against Celeste.
Celeste made it plain as day to Tracy that the only way they could be together would be if Stephen Beard was out of the picture.
She told Tracy that she had painted Steve to Tracy as an abusive husband, one who was psychologically abusive to her.
Tracy Tarleton admits to the shooting of Stephen Beard with her custom shotgun, but it's her love for Celeste and the jealousy it brings that will eventually unravel the entire truth to the murder.
What happens in Vegas stays. Not anymore. Play Quick Hit Slots. The free-to-play mobile slots game that everyone is playing from coast to coast. Quick Hit Slots gives you all the fun and excitement of authentic Vegas slots. So if you love daily bonuses with endless spins and prizes, Quick Hit Slots and you are a winning combination. Download Quick Hit Slots for free and get a 6 million coin bonus. Make every day a winning day.
I still can't believe she's gone. These past few days have been a whirlwind.
There's so much to arrange. I just wasn't prepared.
No, but your mother was.
Yeah. Good thing you and Mom got those policies. I had no idea how expensive all this would be.
I know. I didn't want to talk about it, but I'm glad she made us do it.
And the payment is on the way already. It really was as fast as they said.
Your mother always made sure we were prepared.
I can't believe you both were able to qualify with your health issues.
That's why we chose United of Omaha Life Insurance Company. There were no health questions, there were no medical exams, and our acceptance was guaranteed.
Help your family prepare for the financial burden when your time comes. If you are between 45 and 85, you automatically qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage with United of Omaha. Policies start at just $6.38 a month, and your acceptance is guaranteed. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no medical exams and no health questions. Plus, benefits can be paid within 24 hours, and unlike some policies, are payable from day one.
I didn't think you would be able to get a life insurance policy on your fixed income.
With United of Omaha, policies start at just $6.38 a month. And with the rate lock guarantee, my rate is locked in for life.
A funeral could cost more than $9,000, and prices rise each year. Have you helped prepare your family to pay for these expenses when you're gone? With one call and as little as 5 minutes, you can qualify for up to $25,000 in life insurance coverage.
Just like your mom, taking care of us even after she's gone.
Help take care of your loved ones after you're gone with a guaranteed acceptance life insurance policy from United of Omaha today.
Call 800-471-1102. That's 800-471-1102. 800-471-1102. Call today.
It wasn't always like this.
Dryness made sex painful and awkward, but Revery's vaginal moisturizer brought back the spark.
Thousands of women have restored their vaginal moisture. Join them at Reverie.com.
They're thinking about their next adventure. You're thinking about their next vet visit. An ASPCA pet health insurance plan helps you afford the care they need. So while they're out living their best life, you can help make sure it's a long one.
They're saying it was a homicide.
The revealing recordings.
You could see the emotions that she went through.
Could they solve the murder?
Brittany's essentially speaking from the grave.
Next Dateline.
After loving husband and father, Stephen Beard is brutally shot while asleep in his own bed. Police quickly apprehend the shooter, family friend Tracy Tarleton. When Stephen dies from complications in the hospital 4 months later, the charge against Tarleton goes up from aggravated assault to murder.
And that's when things get really complicated. The accused, Tracy Tarleton, has bombshell news for investigators. She was not acting alone.
Tarleton admits she is in love with Celeste Beard, and jealousy is her motivation for shooting Stephen.
And now, Tarleton tells police she did it to help Celeste. After Celeste told her she was being emotionally abused by Stephen.
With new information that Celeste Beard may be the mastermind behind the deadly attack on Stephen, detectives reopen the case.
This time around, police hear from people close to Celeste who say they suspected her of marrying Stephen for his money.
He had given Celeste expensive jewelry. He built her a mansion, a beautiful, beautiful home in one of the really elite parts of Boston in the gated community. But nothing was ever really enough.
Celeste's twin daughters, Jennifer and Christina, reveal that Celeste took a big allowance of $35,000 from Stephen every month of their marriage.
Stephen was generous with his new wife. He gave her a $500,000 trust, which she blew through in just 6 months.
Toward the end of Stephen's life, tensions were beginning to build in the couple's relationship as Stephen tried harder to curb his wife's wild spending.
Jennifer and Christina admit they are afraid of their mother, saying they have witnessed bizarre and sometimes sadistic behavior from Celeste.
They say that she would sometimes cheat on Stephen with her former husband, Jimmy Martinez.
They sometimes refer to her as Mommy Dearest, and we all know what that Hollywood family was like.
Detectives are getting a much clearer picture of Celeste Beard, and it's an image that is far from flattering.
Celeste is one of those people who is unhappy within themselves, and no matter how much money or how much admiration they get from other people, it's never quite enough to fill that up or make up for it.
In April of 2000, Christina and Jennifer begin recording their mom when she gets abusive with them on the phone.
The girls present their tape recordings to authorities to back their story.
On one of the recordings, Celeste actually tells Christina that she hired someone to kill Tracy. And for the detectives, it can't be ignored.
Police comb through the newly gathered evidence to make sure these claims are real. And not just angry gossip against Celeste.
Police will gather detailed financial information, interview more witnesses, and work to build the best case possible for prosecutors.
In early March 2002, shortly before her murder trial is due to begin, Tracy Tarleton cuts a deal with prosecutors for a reduced sentence, in which she agrees to testify against Celeste.
They had the kids' testimony, so when Tracy flipped, they pressed charges.
With a raft of new information, including interviews and recordings, along with Tracy Tarleton's damning confession, detectives have what they need. They arrest Celeste Beard Johnson on March 28, 2002, on a charge of murder. Tracy Tarleton takes the stand in the 2003 trial against Celeste Beard.
Tracy took the stand. It was really important to the prosecution that she come off as a reasonable person, a believable person. She was great on the stand. She was very calm, very matter of fact.
Tracy recounts to the court the entire plan, how she shot Stephen while he slept, and then, as she was leaving, decided to make it look like a robbery gone wrong. Unsuccessfully, obviously.
Tracy also testified that Celeste was supposed to come and take the spent shell casing after she shot Stephen.
She somehow thought there wouldn't be anything to connect her to the crime, even though she owned a custom shotgun.
Both of Celeste's daughters give damning testimony against their mother, saying that Celeste made it no secret that she actually disliked Stephen.
Well, when the girls took the stand, it was really pretty amazing. I mean, it's not very often you have daughters testifying against a mother.
They tell the court how their mother would mix Stephen's drinks with Everclear instead of vodka.
Everclear is a brand of grain alcohol that is notorious for having a much higher alcohol content than regular vodka.
They told the court how